She by Richard Hendry from the Fabulation Collection. Copyright 2024. She. She was not ugly. No, she was not. She was also not pretty. She was something else. Something different. Like the first time you ever saw lightning. Was it beautiful? Was it horrifying? It was both, and yet neither. Yes, that was her. Horrifyingly beautiful in her simplicity, her non-radiance. She was horrifying, but not in a run, seek shelter, call the police kind of way. Not in the way that someone might make a 78-minute, poorly shot, grainy film where one by one teenagers in a camp fall to some harm most foul. No, not that kind of horror at all. It was just that, well, she was something else. A happening or an event. A kind of perfectly horrifying encounter. Yes, that's it. Like the lightning. An encounter with something that you cannot explain in English words alone. You would almost need to use sounds and grunts, pointing and waving your hands. Like someone that you cannot hear, but you see them explaining a car accident. The first time you took her all in, it was a moment you would never forget. All of that body and face and hips and legs, all jumbled up and loosely attached to each other in a way that bore the slightest of resemblance to a human girl. And in all of her features and angles and soft and pointy parts, all of them, simply unmatched in the state that they were in, and having no match or partner anywhere in the playing field. If your ears were a couple, then hers were two single ones that had come from far opposite corners of the universe. Still, some things are invisible to the viewer at the start. That's the way with everyone, particularly the smitten. Yet, in time and proximity have a way of revealing the slightest flaws and microscopic imperfections in the most loved and lusted after cover girls. However, this was not that. And due to that and other factors, not to belabor the point, but hence the aforementioned horror. The study of her form and structure would be the stuff of learned scholars and anthropological journeymen would struggle with for decades, penning manuscript after detailed manuscripts by flickering flame of a gaslight in the small hours of the night, unwashed and undaunted, disregarding all of their attachments to reason, all hope abandoned, lost in the work before them, and otherwise lost in her. The most confounding of sights, unable to think or write due to the pounding of their hearts, so taken with her, smitten as one would be, as I was. Should one have cared to take the time and effort and have the ability to photograph her from inside and out, from top to bottom, to capture her form, thoughts, and talents, her pain and wonder and splendor, and all that makes her up, and then blow those pictures up to life size, after cutting those pictures into puzzle pieces, people would think, looking at them, that they were from 300 different puzzles. Or perhaps, if it was indeed a factory-sealed package, then assuming the factory had recently fallen on hard times and been reduced to hiring from the local sanitarium. For no sane person or in reasonable possession of the facilities should, would, or could assemble those parts in a box and believe that all is well, that they were well. Yet from the right distance, in the right light, with the right set of perfectly matched eyes, one could see her beauty. In the collaboration of those inexplicable phalanges and toes and knees and teeth and all manner of limbs and such, there was a subtle perfection there, a form of soft and quiet magic that brought together all those rough bits into a smooth and silky canvas, that the worst and most bizarre of colors would be blended by a wizard into a masterwork of sublime quiescence, that a rare and unknown combination of mathematics and alchemy should be employed to find the sum of all of that mess, was beauty. I was in possession of such matched eyes. I was a practitioner of such alchemy. Such was her. All of that and more, I fear. more than I might say, that I shall say here, save to say, and I hope this does not come as a shock, that I loved her, and I found no one and nothing above her, that I without her would die, and that death would come each respite of interaction, each day or fraction of, that I was absent from her sight, and that in the eventuality of time I would suffer that death in a perpetual state, for she would come to find me distasteful. And while I found all of her inexplicable misfitting parts a wondrous thing, she would come to see me and my parts as unremarkable, then unbearable, and at last unlovable, which I suppose, considering all herein, should come as no surprise. After all, she was something else.